Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to install the Fuel Moto pressure plate. Basically it's designed to increase some plate pressure on the clutch pack and help reduce some of the slippage. So I was reading a little bit, given some of the things I added on the bike and then down the road, adding the bigger motor, I thought it's a good time to install that. And it's pretty straightforward process. It takes, anywhere from, 30 minutes to 45 minutes. You just got to pop the primary cover off on the soft tail models and then pull the existing plate off the bike and then install the new one. There's two variants of it. There's a positive or more pressure side, and then there's a less pressure side. We're going to install the more pressure side. It does feel a little bit harder on the clutch lever, but it obviously helps with giving the clutch pack more pressure all around. So we'll go ahead and get started here and show you the finished product. All right, so first order of business to get get access to the clutch basket. This particular version of it, you need to take off the primary cover, and unfortunately you can't access it through the derby cover because the clutch basket itself sits a little bit recessed forward. So in order to get all the bolts out, which is 3, you got to remove the whole primary cover. So we'll keep the derby cover off, we'll drain the oil, we'll take off the foot peg along with the shifter lever, and then we'll pull the primary cover off to give us access to this. So once we get this off, we'll have access to the clutch itself. Let me just double check something real quick. Yep. So let me mark this real quick just to make sure I put it back in the right spot. I'm just going to put a dab of paint marker on here, and then I can take it off afterwards. I don't think you necessarily have to take the foot control off, but it gives you better access to the primary cover. So now we're going to have to drain the oil. And I'm also going to do the oil change in the engine because of the cam and stuff I put in there. Because I have over, I think, 150 miles on it. All right, so I'll zip these bolts off real quick on the cover. I'm just using a 3/16 bit. And these bolts are different in length as well, so just be cautious of that when you're putting them back in. I did actually order the Bamco the Bamco set for the replacement. I'm just going to mark these real coming out here. So it looks like there's 4 long bolts, basically the 4 that wrap around up to the front of the primary cover. Those are going to be your longer length. And then everything else is short bolts. This off a little bit here. Let that drain out for a minute. Set that aside. All right, so now we have access to the primary. Never seen the inside of one of these up close yet, so this is the first time for me, maybe for you guys as well. So this is the pressure plate that we'll be swapping out. It's actually nice to see how everything looks in here too. All right, so now it's time to pull these off, 3 bolts. Let me see which one these are. And these will actually have to be pulled out in sequence, meaning don't just take 1 bolt out completely and keep 2 in. You have to pull them out each at the same time. To avoid any kind of issues that it may cause. And this is a 10. Just like that, those are off. Now we can put the new pressure plate in from Fuel Moto, which includes 3 new springs and 3 new bolts. I'm going to actually just clean these off real quick with some brake cleaner, just to make sure they don't have any residue on them. I was just checking on the spring too to see if there's any numbers or anything, but they should just pop in either direction. All right, so the pressure plate kit, there is a less pressure and more pressure. And in the instructions it says more pressure this side out allows for more plate pressure and slightly more clutch lever tension. Less pressure allows for less lever tension and less plate pressure. And I believe one of them is rated 160 foot-pounds of torque and the other one's 170. I'm actually probably gonna put it on more pressure because that way I get a better pressure on the clutch itself, launching, and so we'll install these. Ask for 100 inch-pounds or 8 foot-pounds. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see this. This side out for more pressure, plus this side out for less pressure. So we'll put it out on this side. Just a little bit. And the same way goes on install. You want to make sure that you're doing everything kind of evenly. I can probably zip these in. All right, so these will be torqued down to 100 inch-pounds. All right. So that's it. That's all you got to do. Pretty straightforward. Kind of eager to see how this clutch still feels good. I mean, it doesn't feel too hard. So we'll leave it on that. So now we just got to put everything back together. So we'll put the primary cover on, get all the bolts in, get everything filled back up with oil, and she'll be ready to rip. All right, we are ready to put this back together. We're gonna actually swap out the gasket since I got the spare one, and we do not want to reuse it. Given the heat cycles of the gasket and making sure that we have a good seal, we want to put a new gasket in there. Just get organized here real quick. These are all torqued down 100 inch-pounds, so we got those dialed in, and put some blue Loctite on the bolts. So we're ready to torque these down to 145 inch-pounds per the manual. All right, so that is taken care of. Now we're going to pop off the primary cover so we can get access to the oil level once we put that in. So I'll put the drain plug back on. I believe this is 14 foot-pounds. So that we can set aside. Pull these guys off. if you guys can see. So these are the 3 bolts I was mentioning. So in order to get to access to that one back there, you need to take the primary cover off, unfortunately. So I believe the touring bikes, you don't have to, but this particular one you do. All right, so get some oil in this guy. All right, so we got the oil in. We're gonna slap the cover on. And we're gonna torque these down at 25 inch-pounds per the manual. All right, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna change the oil off camera because you guys don't need to see that. Went ahead, put the new gasket on, new bolts, fill the oil with primary, AMSOIL primary oil. Got all the gear shift back on and the peg. So it's basically ready for startup. So at this point, this is pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward install. Like I said, if you guys have done this before, let me know in the comments if it was pretty straightforward. It looks like it is, obviously. Just got to take the primary cover off and expose the clutch basket there so you can take the 3 bolts out and then put everything back together. But literally the job only took me 45 minutes or so. So it's pretty straightforward, easy. And from what I've read, that the benefits of it is a lot better than the stock pressure plate. So looking forward to get some miles on it. I'll let you guys know how it turned out. But that's it for this. Like and subscribe. Comment on the video. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.